There we go. Welcome, folks, to the Meta Mondays podcast with myself and Liam.
I like the fact that this week I didn't actually be like, so Paul, when are we going live? And you're like, we are live. And I'm like, oh.
I ambushed you last time.
You didn't. I was just being slightly dim last time and not realising how the internet works and the fact that I haven't done this for like 10 weeks in a row now.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, folks. If you're joining us for the first time, stick around and see what we're about. We've got some juicy chat coming up in today's podcast. If you're joining us live, you can get involved in that juicy chat. If you're joining us after the fact, then I will have timestamps in the description, so you can skip to whichever bit you would like to see.
Oh, hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave. We're going to be talking about all sorts today, aren't we, Liam? We've got quite an interesting agenda.
We've got lots and lots of little bits to get through today, haven't we? We've got one big topic.
We're glad we've come armed with these.
Mate, the Meltons are ready, mate.
We are armed with sunglasses. The sunglasses allow us to talk about the more controversial and lively subjects in the Warhammer world. Without any controversy. Well, with lots of controversy, but we've added protection.
But we feel that we're detached from it because we've got some sunglasses on.
It really does protect you, yeah. If people are watching for the first time, these sunglasses help us manage some of those more controversial elements.
Yeah.
Of the show.
Navigate them. Steer. Like, how can anyone be mad at me when I'm wearing Diamante encrusted Meltons?
It's welcome to the show. Hello, everybody. Peter, your birthday, my party boys and girls, Glass Gang. Peter, it's your birthday. This is a birthday special then. You should have told us before. We would have
done something for you, Peter.
We'd have
made a banner. I would have arts and crafted a banner.
And well, maybe we can sing happy birthday anyway, but like...
Will we not get a content warning for happy birthday though? This is the problem. Does that lead on to you telling everyone about the fact that you've been banned from like every Facebook group as well?
So we have a few issues.
We've had a few issues.
We have a few problems, gentlemen, that we do need to address right from the word go.
And if you may have already noticed that me and Paul have already not sworn once yet. And I'm under very strict instructions that I'm not allowed to swear.
The words you said just before I pressed go live were incredibly offensive and rude. I'm so glad
that we weren't live.
That would have genuinely have been an absolute disaster if I'd have if just a second and a half before I'd have clicked go live. The stream would have started with you just saying a number of expletives. Like instantly, I'd have been like, "Wow, that is incredible. That is incredible."
Literally, the one thing you've told me not to do this week is, please, Liam, just control your language for 1 week.
Yeah, I pleaded.
And then I literally almost dropped it straight away without even trying. So I am being on best behaviour.
So basically, let me just tell people the backstory. I have noticed very clearly now that any show we do together has...
I think this is more me than the language.
I was looking at the stats and I was like, man, this show that I did with other Liam, like YouTube just gave it to way more people for their impressions to see what they did, whereas ours keep getting limited. And then I did some research and it turns out if you swear, especially in the first 5 minutes, YouTube really punishes you.
Wow.
And then I think about the soundboard and some of the buttons we've been pressing. Like, we were coming so hot.
there was some pretty dicey stuff going on, wasn't there?
I think the intro last week involved me being like, if you're wondering who these guys are.
Oh yeah, mate. We were trying to start a ruck with some other YouTube, and we both have to apologise because last week I don't know what happened to the pair of us. I'd had a coffee. You'd had I don't know. You'd been left on your own all day and had gone mad.
I'd just gone mad. Yeah, I'm still pumped today, but I think last week
both of us were off our beans, and mate, it was a whole thing last week, wasn't it? And
yeah, we were absolutely.
I mean, you played a voice note out that admitted to multiple. I mean, don't reference that. So that's happened. So we've had this. We're gonna have to not swear. We do have a response to that though. We're gonna make an after dark program with Liam and I. That's going to be a members thing, so that we know people are willingly listening to it and going in. And YouTube's not going to punish us for that. So there will be a very, very adult stream. Yeah.
Not like an OnlyFans type thing. No. Hopefully I can say that.
And we're not going to be like nude or anything like that.
No, not for the first membership tier.
And then what I will do as well is I will share some of the adventures of 2023 Liam in this channel as well, because some of the boys already know these adventures, and some of them are pretty dicey, aren't they?
We'll need the sunglasses for them. And be like, uh-oh.
I think you might need more than the sunglasses for
Get the sunglasses on and strap it.
Yeah, because some of them are pretty dicey. But yeah, that's the sort of thing we're thinking of doing, isn't it? Try and clean this one up a little bit.
This one's going to be a lot cleaner now. There's going to be much less swearing. Because the other thing that's happening is I'm now banned on Facebook.
See, normally I would have said something quite rude then, but I'm not going to.
I'm legit banned on Facebook. So I actually had a really sad message from a very close friend of mine, a friend of ours, well, his sister, and probably the person I've had longer than anyone else, is in hospital. Awful news, tragic, awful news. And I thought, my God, I need to reply to that. And I just couldn't reply. And it was like, you've had a... And I thought actually what had happened is at the weekend, Luke Vincent had posted in this Old World group saying, here's this tournament that I'm running in Lansing. Yeah. Great, so it's brilliant. Then this absolute crank comes in. And that's fine. And he goes, oh, it's very strange you're asking for a friends and family payment. I'm not sure about that. And I've replied and said, Luke is a really great guy. He's been running these events for ages in Warhammer 40,000. I can vouch for him.
There's
he's a member of the community. Hundreds
of us that have played in these tournaments,
and he said,
never had an issue.
It's not a risk I'm willing to take. And I said, I said that's a very unusual way to live your life, and I wish you well. And I thought something like that.
Did you say it in those words though?
I can't remember. I thought that's what I was banned for. I thought, oh man, this guy triggered this guy, and he said, oh, this person said something nasty, and I'm like in trouble. But no, it wasn't. And when I looked into it, it was me posting about Meta Monday. So in October, which is when we first started doing it pretty much, I posted saying Meta Monday thing. So I think I'm just going to be permanently banned because every time I've posted it, I've used, Games Workshop logos or whatever. So some squares obviously seen it.
Square.
So now I think I'm just going to be permanently banned from posting anything in Facebook for like constant copyright violations.
You realise you're going to have to start a new Facebook and be like, now... Paul or something like that. Just swap the font.
I've seen it happen to people over the years, and I've seen it happen to people, and I thought, oh my God, what a loser! You've been banned from Facebook. Like, what have you done? And now
how do you even get banned from Facebook?
Now I'm in the banning zone.
I'm in the zone, in the danger zone.
I couldn't even share anything. Welcome to the chat. I also had an Indian man help with the.
That's such a weird sentence to start with.
I was up late last night with an Indian man sorting the stream out. So many of my settings were wrong. He sort of like it was interesting because he came in and fixed the stream, then he was like quizzing me as well at the same time. He was like going, right, Paul, so I'm not doing the accent.
Don't do the accent.
I'm not doing an accent.
You almost did an accent.
I started to do the accent.
You went into an accent.
Yeah, but I instantly dropped out of
it. So are we banning accents? So you can't do my accent and I'm not allowed to do yours anymore?
No, we can do each other's. Well, all right, mate. How's it going? Oh, God, no, I swore then.
Going down mine. Is that all you lot do up north? Go down a mine and eat pasties? I know that's...
Eat pasta?
Eat pasta, that's the Italians, not the Northerners.
I ain't never been down a mine, but me ancestors
What is going on with you in these classes?
I don't know, I really want to put them on, but I know I can't yet. Let us know if there's anything wrong with the stream. I've got like a warning sign, but I think that's probably just a bit of fun more than anything because of the resolution I got it at. Welcome to the chat. So it's Peter's birthday today. Peter, though, as we know, is in Ukraine. Sometimes Peter's had to leave the stream due to bombing, and we've wished him well.
Yeah, every time.
Every time we say we wish you well and we make sure you know you're okay, and he comes back and he lets us know we're okay.
He's some sort of Rambo type character.
So I was actually sent a picture of Peter today.
No, behave yourself. Are you actually being...
I don't know if I could... Yeah, well, let me get it up and just see how offensive it is, and then... how's your week in Warhammer? Let's move on to a segment while I get the picture.
I've been a bit lax recently with Warhammer, and I played one game on Thursday, played against Dark Elder, and got absolutely pumped. You
lost to Dark Elder?
Yeah, I've now got to the opinion, and this is what I used to say all the time to everyone I played Grey Knights, just because you can do something doesn't mean you have to. So just because I can turn one charge my whole army doesn't necessarily mean I have to do it every game and then go, turn 3, I've got nothing left. Oh, God.
Can I show that picture?
That could be Peter.
Is this fine?
Yeah, so that's more my... So I'm going to try and play a slightly more reserved game recently. But apart from that, I haven't done any... I've got loads of hobby to do before I go to Bournemouth as well. How about your week in Warhammer?
Oh, thank you for asking me, Liam.
See that I'm being nice.
Normally you don't ask me this.
Normally we just skip on to the next.
Thank you very much for asking me. My week in Warhammer, a lot of old worlding, to be honest.
How are you feeling about it so far?
I'm really excited about it.
So you don't seem super psyched.
Well, I'm just away. It's the 40k. If you know what I mean, this is our 40k life. I don't want to. we're going to do a bunch of old world content. I'm really excited by it because it's fantasy, and I loved fantasy. I played it loads, and I really like rank and file.
Yeah.
The kits and the process of getting into it is clearly a lot bumpier.
Yeah.
Than it is for 40k. Like the sculpts and stuff, much more good luck, work it out, rather than here's do you want to make the blue one or the green one? Yeah. And I'm just like, I mean, I tied it up before you came around, but downstairs, Georgia had to say to me earlier, she said, "Listen, this table's a problem." And it was just
you're the problem. You're the problem.
Yeah, it was just a production line of just like loads of sprues. And it's a lot more challenging to put together.
It's not the numbers based. You're looking for
no. It's literally like going back to 2003 and just being like, all the best, off you go. What's some of these chatters saying, eh?
So Rob's saying that his comment was actually good about your whatever happened on Facebook.
Oh, my comment or the person's comment?
I don't know.
Paul Machine Chip Butty. Welcome, Adam.
No, they're your new Facebook names. Paul Machine. X.
Why? I haven't mentioned that game once. And we're 11 minutes in and I haven't said it once. Is it true that Liam is not his real name and that he was born Toby Wilde?
I don't know.
I always thought that might have been a trick to make me swear.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's something.
Very cautiously. How's everybody's chat? What week in Warhammer got in the chat, boys? How have you got on? Have you had a good week? You been getting games in last week? Rob, obviously we spent Saturday driving around together, going up to Nottingham, which was a lot of fun, mate. Appreciate you taking the time to cruise up with us. It was good. Right, here we go. I'm going to have to put the glasses on because the next... So just for people that haven't seen the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about Games Workshop taking over ITC.
Well, 3-0. We had a 3-0 this weekend. That's good.
Oh, God.
I know Tom, Mr. Green, did really well as well this weekend, didn't he? I think he said he won an event, or he went 4... I think he went 4-0-1.
I've got this Ugandan church camera when you were
the Ugandan church camera's on you, though. I zoomed... While you weren't watching, I zoomed in on you.
Yeah, no, I just revealed it. It didn't work.
Now it's why it's blue. Why is it blue? Why am I in sepia?
I don't know. Maybe
Why?
Sepia. Isn't it not sepia?
I don't know, but...
I'm like, for pronunciation. It's one of my strong points with Chernobyl.
Chernobyl? Didn't she play tennis for Russia once, Chernobyl?
What, Miss Chernobyl?
Miss Chernobyl. Or was that Sharapova?
It's definitely not Chernobyl.
Jesus.
That's a city.
I want to get... Joe's looking for a game this week, people.
I want to get a game in this week. There you go, Joe. Get on the Discord. Thanks to everyone that's joined the Discord. Discord chat's going well.
Yeah,
Liam won't get involved, but that's his own problem.
That's a me issue. That seems a lot more like a me issue than an anyone else issue. To be honest with you.
Yeah, well,
So the next topic, I turned up today, and you just went, "Have you seen this on Reddit?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "What's it called?" And it was like, "Is it racist?"
I've got an agenda item that it just says, "Is it racist?" So we're going to play a game now.
And normally, when you have to ask, "Is it racist?" it normally is racist.
Well, so this is a game...
Like you almost drifting into that man's accent. Just some casual racism.
This is going to be such a fun game that we're all going to play together. It's called Is It Racist? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm not putting the glasses on.
I can't believe you haven't seen this. It's like...
Mate, I literally didn't even respond to vaguely any... I had 2 people text me today being like, "Are you ignoring me? Why aren't you responding to my text messages?"
What's amazing about this is we've got a thumbnail this thing, we're going to talk about ITC, and then agenda item number 1, is it... Is it racist?
We will get on to the ITC stuff that GW have now got involved in, but we're going to do this first.
But what is actually brilliant about this... Oh, sorry, I've just realised I'm not in studio mode, so I'll just click stuff and making people dizzy. There we go. I'm a professional, guys. I'm a professional streamer. I know what I'm doing. What is actually brilliant about this, and do let us know in the chat if the stream looks okay, just if something's not right, tell me. Liam hasn't seen this.
And I'm not allowed to swear.
So don't look at that left-hand screen yet, because I want your genuine...
But I'm not allowed to swear.
No, please, no one swear. Peter says, "My mother found Miami from 1994, stones of weight in resin and metal." Mate, this, I mean, used to be, you could harm
sell that for a lot of money, mate, to be fair.
Evening, Brandon. Thanks for joining us, mate.
The old stuff on eBay and stuff like that is going for astronomical amounts.
Yeah, it's
like the old orcs. I looked at some old orcs and goblins, mate, and I remember giving that stuff away because no one wanted it.
Are you ready for this? Brandon, you've joined just in time to play the classic game called Is It Racist? Are you ready? So this is taken over Reddit. Reddit, the Tau 40k page on Reddit is a mess. I don't know if people have seen it.
It's a mess.
It is like nothing I've ever seen. It is completely on fire.
But Tau do entice a slightly strange type of person, don't
have
they?
a look at this. So this happened over the weekend.
Am I allowed to look at the
you
screen
can look now. Perry Miniatures. Okay.
Oh my God.
The title is, it gets worse. Proxy for Crew - racism check. Okay?
Proxy for Crew - racism check. Again, if you're having to check, let's go with yes.
Tau Reddit is melted. Perry Miniatures, 28mm, Zulu Warriors, box of 38 figures. And the question is, here we go. Serious question from an Italian living in Italy.
Obviously. Just so everyone's aware, I used to be married to an Italian, so I have some vague insight into this, okay?
Oh, no.
What are you in this chat?
I don't know. I'm just not very good at it.
Right, go on.
Go on, read it out.
So,
read it out in an Italian voice.
No, because that's very...
No, it's fine. No, Italian's fine.
My Italian accent's really bad, so I can just do the hand. I'll just give it some of this.
That's fine. Yeah, no, that is racist. But yeah.
Serious question from an Italian living in Italy. Is it racist, in your opinion, to proxy crews with these Zulu warrior? General sensitivity over here is quite different, let's say. Well, yeah, you were on the wrong side of the war, boys. Let's be honest with each other, and I think it's carried on.
Get your glasses on, for God's sake. You can't go on glasses into this.
Right, let's keep going. What's it?
Even more racist since you're...
Italian,
yeah.
There you go.
Plus points for checking.
Plus points for checking.
Johnny's finally made it to... Thank you. Johnny's finally made it to a live stream. After weeks of being like, I've missed it. I was like, well done, Johnny, for making it.
Kind of falls into the whole, if you have to ask, then don't do it category. Which is kind of what I was saying, isn't it?
I also like the fact that he's provided the pictures of the crew, just so people.
But he hasn't provided the pictures of these minutes.
No,
there's one there. But like, why?
So, mate, this absolutely blew up. And people like the
Jesus,
problem.
People have gone ham.
The problem is, this is obviously someone on a wind up in it. Like it's like
it must be. Like surely
it's on a wind up. He's on a wind up, but oh no, Reddit takes these things very seriously. Look at this.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely went off. So now, let's click on the Tau 40k page and see how it's doing, yeah?
Is it like the top comment? Oh my God.
Look at the state of this page.
Can I proxy crew
the whole page is a mess. So now people are coming from everywhere to the Tau page to ask such questions as, can I proxy crew using
So basically he's just made these out of sprue cuts, hasn't he? They're just sprue cuts. Jesus.
It's such a mess.
Mate, what is going on? An Italian living in Italy with a racism check.
It's relentless. All that's happened. Is it racist to roleplay my crew armies? Nigel Farage, Chloe Ramley.
I'm not Italian. I love the fact that everyone's jumped on the fact they've got to clarify whether they're Italian or not for this.
It's total chaos.
Oh my God.
It's absolute chaos.
Asking, as an Italian living in Italy, is it racist to proxy crew as MOE? 4 hours. Italians are now banned from the Tau.
It's chaos. Okay, that's a sensible one.
British Line Infantry.
Racism check. British Line Infantry is crew carnivores. I believe all British people are cannibals and I want to be as racist as possible.
Asking as an Italian.
it's so
firing pizzas out of itself. Make it stop.
Every now and again there's a serious one.
Just got off the 4 cancelled copies.
This might be serious. Yeah, that's serious.
Oh.
Italian living in Italy. GW forced to release new crew set. A specific premium.
Mate, this is why the internet is both good and absolutely awful at the same time.
People are coming from everywhere.
People are literally coming from everywhere. Is it racism crew? Italians in World War II? Oh my God.
Italians are now banned from Tau 40k. All Italians are to be banned until I stop having to remove Italian posts. All memes still require Tau imagery. Is it right? Let's just not stop.
Is it right? Italian with some like femme like? Oh my God!
Honestly, it just doesn't end. It just doesn't end. That's another.
Is it racist to play crew as crew?
It's all day. That's what I'm surprised to hear about. I'm the idiot that brought 20. Oh, there we go. Sensible. Is this Tau? Anyway, I just thought that was super funny. I thought it was super funny that people were just clearly coming from miles around Just to troll the crap out of them.
Mate, why? But do you honestly think that person said that as like a real thing or not?
No, total wind up.
Evening, gents. Oh no, the towel Reddit.
Uh-oh. What's Johnny saying? Go on, you read it.
Enhancement, 40 points. Ooga booga mode. Steal the ability of an enemy unit.
You have to be careful reading Johnny's.
I don't know if I've read something racist then.
It's fine. I don't know.
To be fair, though, that's the crude thing that they eat their opponent and they gain some ability.
It's absolutely fine.
But I feel that some of the words in there I probably shouldn't have read.
Well, this is the risk you play when you... That's why I sent you there. I sent you to your death there because I've battled Johnny multiple times
and lost
on this show.
It's a Mario and it's not racist.
Tonod says it's exactly as commented previously. GW has taken a baton that seems to protect itself against third-party company. There we go. We're coming on to that subject very soon, my friend.
We will be on that one in a second.
That is the big subject of discussion of the day. That was a bit of fun, though. Is it racist? Fun game. Might play it again. Giveaway.
I think we might have to deep dive or just dip our toe in the towel Reddit each week and just see how it's going.
It's going to take a while to recover because people are literally travelling from miles around to troll them.
Just everyone.
People are coming literally from every corner of the Reddit just to get them.
Where's your thing?
Right, Brandon last week. That's getting posted tomorrow, Brandon. Thanks for sending your bits, mate. I didn't intend to do it today, but I got massively distracted with work. I don't think the person that won this week is in the chat, but I'm going to do it anyway because they've been great. Each week, we give away a object from my house because Georgia says I've got too much Warhammer stuff, so until she stops saying that, I'm going to keep giving things away. This week is quite a cool prize, actually. It is an unopened, still sealed box of the Matari Thralls.
Oh, you can smell them. They're still new in box.
Give that a sniff.
NIB, baby.
New in box, boys. And this is going to Liam Jordan, who's been incredibly useful and helpful in the chat this week. He's been answering all our old world queries and questions. Liam, you're not watching because you don't like supporting anything I do in life and you aggressively troll me at every opportunity. However, I do care about you and you've been great this week. So you're getting those.
Nice. Very
nice. Get active on the
nice.
Discord and see what you might win next week. I got Liam back so epically at the weekend, though. He was trolling me in the Discord, slagging me off. Oh, I got him back something beautiful.
What did you do to him?
Oh, there's this ongoing meme about him playing women at competitive games and just not absolutely just destroying them. He used to do it in a game that I used to play, which we're not going to
mention.
I can't remember the name of it.
Pull Hammer.
It'd be on the W.
Pull Machine.
And he was playing a lady at the weekend, and I took a picture and then put it in a group, and I was just beautiful.
Did he beat her badly though?
Yeah. I was just winding him up. He was getting him annoyed. It was beautiful. So that's the giveaway. Get involved in the Discord. If you don't know how to get it, you can just get it on the main member page of the channel. Thanks to people that are getting involved on the Discord. We appreciate you. Even Liam, who, to be fair to him, is in lots of chats and does work his ass off really hard, so we can forgive him. Just about.
Please don't.
LVO Reveals. Did you see these, my friend?
I have actually looked at these because I got kind of upset that I thought that they'd literally revealed one model and was like, this is the worst thing that's ever existed. No, and then there's actually loads that they've revealed. So
who cares about Kill Team? Sorry. Should I say
the only reason that people care about Kill Team is it because it releases a cool unit for something in 40k? Because you can play the units in 40k, can't you?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the only reason that people care about. I don't think many people are playing Kill Team as a game.
I don't think they are. I went into that shop, the shop that can't be named the other day, to buy something very specific. I think it was a pot of paint or something that I could only get from going into GW. Yeah. And I went in, and I was queuing up, just please get my...
Do you want to play Kill Team?
He came up like that. Oh, hello. And I was like, oh, God, what are you buying? I'm buying this. And then he was like, right, while you're waiting, let me just ask you a question. I'll just move back to the other view. Let me just ask you a question. I said, yeah, okay. Oh, where's my mouse gone? Swap. It's fine. I think it went. I don't think the algorithm would pick up on that.
Mate, how have you been, out of the two of us, the first one to swear?
Did anybody hear that swear word? I think that was
I don't actually hear the swear word. I think we're probably making it a bigger thing now.
While you're in the queue, let me just ask you a question. I said, Sean, he goes, do you play Kill Team?
No one does.
I went, no. And he goes, are you interested in playing Kill Team? And I went, absolutely not. And he went, well, let me tell you anyway. And I was just like, oh, mate.
Oh, my God.
Goodness me.
Read a social cue, mate, and go away.
Let me tell you anyway. And then just spoke at me about this. He was like, right, what you want to do is you bring a model, get a model, bring a friend. All your friends bring a model. You all come to the table with your model. You are now a team. You're a kill team. You play against another team of people with a model in a team. Another kill team. Each kill team kills the other team. You don't have to know the rules. We know the rules. We'll help you in your team. A kill team.
So what you're essentially saying is get one model with 5 people. So you've got 10 people on each side of the table.
Yeah, 20-man game.
With
10-man game.
All with one model each.
All with one model each. With a Games Workshop instructor telling you how to play the game. And I thought, imagine me taking you lot.
Imagine how funny that would be.
That would actually be interesting.
Take Rob LeBeau down, mate, get all the boys in, mate, and just roll in there and be like, yeah, we're here for some kill team action.
That would actually be interesting. But anyway, drove me mad. Kill team. Warcry. Warcry.
Warcry's just kill team for thingy, isn't it?
The Kroot. These actually look really cool. The Kroot models do.
Are they racist though?
You could use these as Italian.
Use these as Italians.
Don't go with
that crossbow looks wicked cool, man.
Yeah, it looks good. These are the first Kroot models that I thought actually looked pretty cool.
The problem was the Kroot models were always reasonably cool, but they came out when I went to Warhammer World. When I went to Warhammer Fest.
Went to war then.
No, when I went to Warhammer Fest when I was like 15. And it was when they released Tau and Kroot. So that's how long ago it was when they first released them. And the Kroot models are the same now as they were then. However many years of that ago that was.
Do they not have genitalia? I remember it was a while. That was a while ago.
Why are you looking at their bits?
I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'm just...
Maybe they're asexual. Maybe they don't want to be gender classified.
Well, you do you, Kroot.
You do you, Krooty babies.
That's cool.
I like them. I've got a lot of time for these models, to be fair. I just think the problem you've got is... Who's playing them?
Well, Rob's in the chat. Rob was saying you could probably make a viable Tau list. You
can make a viable Kroot list, but it's a lot of money to invest in Kroot that could well fall off a cliff at some point, like most armies do. True. At least if you're playing these are cool as hell as well. You've seen these Age of Sigmar pit models.
No, I'm not interested.
I know, but look at them. Look at the guy with the pistols. There's a person with a hook. Look at that's cool. There's a person with a hook.
A hook. Oh, the people of Kroot, Adam, is Kroot like
he's got a cat. He's got a skinless cat.
No, they're not doing for me.
Oh, God.
So anyway, there's some nice Warhammer spoilers in there, I thought, which was interesting.
Some really nice stuff, to be fair.
Kroot stuff rocking up. Are you ready?
Oh, are we doing
get
it
now?
Get my glasses on.
Get your sunglasses on, for Christ's sake. How can I zoom in? Oh,
they're doing a Kroot detachment. People love Kroot. I think people... Oh, my God. Why do I just look round and find that is what is shown on this screen? With the Meltons. Why is the Nigerian church cam always on me as well?
I don't know why it's so blue. It's just aggressively blue.
Aggressively blue.
Right, big conversation.
Is Kill Team racist?
Did someone just ask that in the chat?
Yeah, Telly. So can we just touch on that message that you sent me earlier in the week?
Uh-oh.
When it was, Liam, can I have your address? Telly's asked for it.
Right, I can't be
But he's not going to do anything weird, I promise you. He's not that sort of guy. But this was literally about 18 messages from you. And it was like, he's not going to do anything weird. He's not that sort of guy. Well, let me find out what he's going to... Oh, no, it's fine. He's not going to send you anything dodgy in the post.
I could just tell you were a bit nervous about it, and I thought I'll calm you down and then not actually follow through on any of it. But
yeah, so I could end up with some weird stuff being posted through my letterbox.
You'll have to
from one of your pals up north.
Maybe you've already opened it, and it was that weird that you just sort of like.
I haven't. I definitely haven't opened it yet.
Mate, I don't know what's going on with it. I'm just the messenger.
I'm just a facilitator.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm innocent.
Oh, okay, right.
Here we go. ITC John's Warhammer Events in exciting organised play update. Adam says it's the Chip Butty. Hey! Little callback there from Adam. I like that. Warhammer contest conventions and competitions are the highlights of the hobby calendar for many players and hobbyists. Getting together with like-minded players to throw dice, forge new friendships, and create lasting memories of battles fought and won.
I don't do a lot of winning at the moment, but yeah, carry on.
I'm actually pleased you're on this losing streak. I think it's good for you.
Is it humbling?
Yeah, you've been absolutely smashing people for ages. I think it's healthy just to...
It's healthy just to lose. Maybe I'm doing it on purpose. Maybe I'm going full Cosby.
The problem you've got at the moment is you're enjoying just running at people too much with that list.
But that's what's fun about it.
It is what's fun about it, but it's getting you... It's getting
me smashed.
It's getting you tickled. For years, competitive Warhammer has been championed by the International Tournament Circuit, ITC, and we partnered with them a couple of years ago to further support organised play around the world. Well, we have an update. The ITC is now becoming an official part of Warhammer Events, giving us the chance to make our games more accessible than ever before. Over the years, despite ITC's passionate team of staff at Frontline Gaming have helped event organisers around the world introduce more people to Warhammer, Games Workshop is now assuming management of the ITC as part of our continuing program.
Management, that feels a bit weird.
It's quite ominous, isn't it?
That does feel a bit weird. We've assumed that we are going to now manage this.
It's ours now.
You're my wife now, ITC.
You're my wife now.
Oh, ITC.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave. Hello, ITC. We're assuming management, ITC.
They've eaten it.
Oh, God.
But what does this mean for you? Well, we're aware of the importance of the International Tournament Circuit and how crucial it is to players and organisers alike. You won't be seeing any major change in how things are run for now.
Oh, God.
Except Warhammer staff will be there when ITC awards are handed out this weekend at the Las Vegas Open, which we're going to talk about in a bit. Beyond that, we'll be taking input from players and event organisers around the world on how the ITC is working now, with an eye to making measures improvements where necessary. There's a man from France. Our biggest challenge...
Is he racist?
Yeah. Is he
racist? Who knows?
The biggest change you're likely to notice in the near future is that global rankings, this is very interesting, will move from Frontline Gaming onto Best Coast Pairing. This is the most interesting sentence. This is an interesting sentence. Hello, Dave. MCD in the show. BCP is the most popular global platform for Warhammer tournaments as well as other game systems, and we've formally partnered with them to help in this bright new future. A little further down the line, we'll be looking at regional rankings and how different circuits are weighted and integrated. We know that the tournament scene is, say, Germany, very different to US, blah, 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 blah. So we'll be having some diversity in how we manage that. It's essentially what we're saying there. We want players to have access to more events, more connections, and more hobby support, and that means better integration with the World Championships of Warhammer 2. So one day you can aim to compete on the world stage with the best of the best and cheat. If that's
and not know the rules.
As a joke. No one cheated. Please, people in the comments before they start going, like chewing.
Not the boy god.
Yeah.
Not the boy king. Shut up.
For tournament organisers, they're
Throwing elbows.
Top rope.
Top rope. DDT.
For tournament organisers, there'll be great emphasis on making sure the games are event ready out of the box with more coordination and great. I wish they'd make some of their games event ready out of the box. That you see that? In fact, I'm going to do a separate show on some of the faces of the horses that came out of the old world box, but whenever.
Oh, really? They're
melted, no face, unbelievable.
No face,
literally no face. There's no face. There's loads of moulds that have gone wrong, and there's just no face. Anyway, playing at Warhammer Events is going to be more exciting, so stay tuned, more to come. This is interesting. Liam, what's your initial reaction to this?
I'm worried.
Oh, hang on.
No,
I need to make sure I press the right one.
Press the right button. Yeah,
I'm worried.
Whew.
So I'm genuinely concerned because didn't we had, and I think like we touched on this before, we had this whole thing with the content creators on YouTube, didn't we? A couple of years, I don't know if it was a year and a half, 2 years ago, when we had loads of really like the text to speech series, we had loads of really cool stuff on YouTube that we could watch.
Loads,
and then GW was sort of like, so we're starting Warhammer TV. Do you guys want to maybe partner with us? And they were like, not so much, G-Dubs. We're quite happy to.
Yeah.
We'll give us back our intellectual property. Bye.
Yeah, it was like, okay, cool. Here's a legal letter.
Yeah, and it feels like it's going to be a little bit like that. It feels like it's going to be like they kind of pretend that they're going to just dip their toe in it, then all of a sudden we're going to turn up to events and there's just going to be GW staff everywhere aggressively asking us what we're working on at this moment in time. And I'm not 100% sure I need that in my life.
Brandon just said TTS was elite comedy. You mean League of Gentlemen?
No, text-to-speech, he's saying. TTS was text-to-speech.
Why? What was elite comedy?
Because it was funny. It was a funny series.
Oh, I just...
So that's what I was saying. So the series that one of the ones they did was text to speech, which was TTS Warhammer.
Okay.
Sorry. Literally they just killed it.
Because like the YouTube channel. Sorry, YouTube, sometimes my brain struggles to jump around the themes. Yeah. So your concern is that GW are going to come in and kind of eat this. It's interesting, isn't it? Because we've talked. One of the things me and you like talking about a lot is rather than doing the kind of like GW fanboy chat, or the kind of GW is the worst thing in the world. We like to be a bit in the middle and kind of nuanced with it, don't we? There's a lot of people that are like, GW the best thing in the world and everything they do is amazing and this will be the best thing in the world and it's amazing and we take, free stuff from them because they're amazing and we're amazing and you should pay us £80 a month, but it's amazing. There's that crowd. Yeah. And there's people on the other side that are like, everything is a disaster, it's the worst thing in the world. Yeah. We like to be a little bit more in the middle, don't we, Liam? But you're definitely expressing things that are fairly valid around past behaviours that they've exhibited.
And I think it's stuff like this that worries me is like, BCP. You can pay to be on BCP, can't you?
Yeah, I pay for it so we can pull the lists up and stuff for this.
I don't pay for it, and it works perfectly functional for what I need to do. Am I going to have to pay for it in future because it's now partnered with GW?
Well, they're going to buy it. My inclination would be, from the way this is worded. Sorry, I'm burping.
Are you right over there?
Well, I just ate like a load of chicken stroganoff. Have I pronounced that right?
I don't know. Ask Peter.
Chicken stroganoff. I think this is interestingly worded, isn't it? Because they did, a couple of years ago they did this, and I was sorry, I'm not doing very well with the screen sharing today, guys. I'm sorry. Well, this was from Jan 22. This is when they sort of went in and become the partner, wasn't it? Yeah. So this was the initial kind of like we're going to get into bed with them and see what it's like and see how we get on and maybe negotiate and discuss prices and assets. And then this latest announcement is. We've done it. We're in there. You know what I mean? It's coming into the Warhammer world, and I think they're probably going to do that with BCP as well.
I don't think. And let's be fair. Some of the stuff like BCP is good for what we use it for, but it is clunky. So it could do with someone.
It is quite clunky.
Getting involved with it, and having a bit of a cash input into it, and maybe revamping it a little bit more, so it's not quite as clunky as it is to use. But at the same time, like, it works fine for what we use it for. I don't know. I'm not a TO. I'm not a tournament organizer, so I don't know how like Luke or some of the guy when he runs the Fun Hammers, how they find it from a tournament organizer point of view.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty smooth. Luke was saying when we were chatting about Best Code BCP, it's good. The bit that's annoying about it is it gives the player the option to drop, which means you can't punish them for dropping. It's just kind of like they just exit your tournament with the amount
bye.
Yeah,
just walk out the turn.
Which is the problem. But I guess the concern. Where does your concern sit with this, Lee? What? Because you care about the competitive gaming scene. You're interested in that kind of side of it. What's your worry about their further involvement in that? Because I guess as a devil's advocate point is a lot of people have said for a while, I wish GW cared more about the competitive side of gaming and the meta, and I wish they took more. So is this not a sign of that? Is this not a thing to celebrate?
I definitely think it's good that they're getting involved with it, but then you've got to look at, like, am I being cynical that they're now getting involved in it? They're now starting to give more of a, I'm not going to swear, they're starting to give more
for the Lord's
attention to it because they've realised what a money spinner it is. They've realised how many people are attending, and are we going to suddenly see the price of events going up? So instead of it being 60 quid for a tournament, all of a sudden it's a GW sponsored tournament and it's 75 quid.
A shiny one.
Yeah. And you get bonus points for playing at this one on your rankings and all this sort of stuff.
Do you remember a few weeks ago when we talked, well, it wasn't a few weeks ago, it was probably a few months ago now, when we talked about comparing how competitive is Warhammer 40,000 versus other games. And we talked about League of Legends and we talked about Magic the Gathering. I think GW are kind of looking at the Wizards model and seeing that, right, we want all these global regional events and we want to find the best play. We want to bring them together, this kind of like big... Yeah.
Which is what they've done recently.
And I think they just want to do more of that. They want to have more of a handle on what does competitive Warhammer look like in terms of armies... What you know what I mean, like models on the table, which is why we're going to talk about 3D printing after. We're going to move on to the kind of 3D printing chat, but like, how the game's played. I think they want more control of it so they can, I would like to think, celebrate it more and get a better handle on.
So my point to back that up would be, if they can, and I think we mentioned this the other week, that you go to different tournaments and people have different rulings on rules and wording. If GW are taking over the main tournaments, the FAQs then go across all of those tournaments, don't they? So it's not an FAQ that's at one GW tournament that's like, we're ruling it this way. Then you go to an ICT tournament and they're like, well, we've read that and we're ruling it this way. Then you go to another, like, you'd hope to think that this would literally I was going to say whitewash them, but that's probably not the right term. Literally sweep across the whole of the competitive scene, and those FAQs would just be standard across all tournaments from that point. Like, and yeah, you might do a silly tournament where they FAQ something, but the big major GTs are on the same set of rules for everyone.
That would be nice. We've got some good comments in from the chat. I'll read out a couple of them, and then I'll sling this back over to you. If there's any from Johnny, you can read them.
Yeah, of course.
Just to not, so I don't swear. I know Johnny sat there thinking, I wonder how I could get Paul to swear.
What can I do?
Meta Monday, welcome to the chat, my friend. I think they will wait until 11th edition, but they will introduce rules for only GW products at events, and a lot of TOs will go along with it for some free stuff to give away for winners. That's a very interesting point, and it would be not, there's all these people trying to get 300. Are we going to talk about it? £300.
No,
we'll talk about it next week. But there are people kind of professionalising the game. It would be good in the midst of that, come speak to these world champions, whatever. It would be good for prizes to be good. You know what I mean? Because, I've just won the biggest Warhammer event ever. It's like,
here's a combat patrol.
Well done. It would be cool for, events to be really well sponsored and supported with prizes.
And I think this will be a chat that because we've already discussed what we're going to chat about next week. But I just feel that, I'm so conflicted because I want this game to be well run, tournaments to be slick, it to have not a professional, but a really good feel about it.
Agree. Yeah,
but then
definitely.
I also don't want it to become like a cash grab and be like, this player's appearing at this tournament. You can do a meet and greet and meet him for 15 quid and shake his hand and have a photo. You're like, no.
It's not Lady Gaga.
That's
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to be doing that. No, and here's so-and-so, the game inventor from blah, 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 and pay him 20 quid and he'll sign your black library and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not what I want at my tournament. I just want it to be run well.
Next week, our conversation next week is going to sit around that. We're going to go deep into that, and we're tickling on the edges of that. We're going to go there next week. Peter says, oh, no, this is, I think, in response to the Meta Monday's comment around they'll only let people use GW products, says, so what are these resin doors on those tanks? Looks unofficial. I mean, we're going to move on to the resin chat because
we'll do 3D printing now. Yeah,
I'm struggling to keep up with the chat. Sorry, there's a lot of chat going. Telly says, "Told you competitive 40k is a GW sale."
I think Telly's getting it, mate. I think Telly's in on it.
I love Telly.
Telly sat there with a tinfoil hat on, right?
It's a psyop.
With just panicking every time a car drives past, and just making sure it's not a GW employee outside his house, just standing there. They're all stood there in their Games Workshop outfits, just outside Telly's house, not moving. Then he literally turns away, and then they're all gone. It's like something out of a horror film for him.
But I think GW should leave ITC and such alone. GW are a model making company, not a competitive one. Yeah, I mean, I think the history of Games Workshop, they've been actually so anti-competitive. A few weeks ago, we showed a statement of some of the stuff that they've written before about competitive gaming. It's really actually quite nasty. It's quite like, oh God, if you play the game like that, you're awful. No, who would want to play with a game like that? But I think they are realising the potential of the competitive element of the game. Do you know what I mean? I think they're realising.
I am happy that they, as a company, have realised that this is an element of their product and their universe that probably needs a bit more of their support, a bit more of their cash, a bit more of a bump. What I'm concerned about is it's going to turn it into, instead of being really slickly run, nice tournaments, good conditions, maybe a slightly bigger hall so you've got a bit more room to play on, it's going to turn into a cash grab. And it's going to turn into, come and meet this player. Oh, the tickets are now 25, but it's a GW tournament, and the prizes are infinitely better. You're like, great, the prizes are infinitely better at a 700-person tournament. But I'm not getting the prizes, so I don't care.
Don't give up on your dreams that quickly, for the Lord's sake.
But do you know what I mean? I don't need to be paying an extra 25 quid for a ticket because the prize is
what, 1,000 you think the Gagas, army. You think Lady Gaga and their sort of team of people, that's going to be our new slang name for the people that are charging 300 quid to touch them, hold their hand. An event. Well, you think they're going to go in with GW and it's going to be kind of like a new sort of super shiny?
I think their players. I think they're
like a Pro Tour type thing. Yeah. Like, let's get them on a pedestal.
I think they'll almost have, and I know this is a terrible analogy.
No, do it.
But I think they'll almost have central contracts, like they do in cricket. So they're picked.
You reckon? You're really going down the competitive route. That's
amount of players, and they'll be like, these are the GW sponsored players.
These are your top boys.
These are your top 10 or whatever. They're going to appear at every tournament, and then we're going to have a meet and greet with them afterwards. We're going to have boxes. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. You can even do some, like, get there the Friday night before, and you can have some coaching with one of them. But that's a platinum ticket, so that's 500 quid for your ticket rather than 75.
Liam, what does the chat think? Liam's taking this to the commercial extreme. It's interesting line of thinking. I wasn't going with it. I wasn't thinking about it in that.
I genuinely think that's going to happen.
That's very interesting. I'd love to hear what chat think. That's got me thinking. Telly says he's Black Library racist. Telly, we've moved on. We've stopped playing that game now. But do you know what, Telly? Get on the Tau forum and put that in, because that will go down
like an absolute
That will go down
storm.
like a Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Meta Monday, new dates like this week should be interesting to see where we're at. Agree, 100%. We're going to chat about the results from the weekend and data slate stuff. Howling Jimmy Jefferson, welcome, my friend. Can Telly confirm Telly's wearing a tinfoil hat? Telly says, just wait till the GW metaverse. You need a golden ticket to access.
Mate, I genuinely think it's going to be that sort of thing, but I'm just being very cynical, I think.
Bob, welcome to the chat, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Interesting point. There was an announcement that non-GW models would be viable for Worlds, yet there were whole armies there that were obviously 3D prints. Zach says, I reckon it's GW diversifying. It's obvious that their current model of business isn't sustainable long-term, and with how easy it is to get into 3D printing. The 3D printing is the next bit. Is the next bit. I just want to hang for a second on, I guess the bit that I'm struggling to get my head around is, for a long time, people that have been interested in the competitive side of the game have complained, rightly so, that GW's management of the competitive meta is very lackadaisical.
They've been very hands-off.
Yeah, they kind of don't like to accept it exists. And if you go into the shop or speak to any of the staff, they're almost like, "Oh, you're a competitive game," or "You still just want to switch." It's very much like
I just like playing narrative.
Yeah, and that's fine. There are good. Most people play the game for that, and it's fine. And I think there's a lot of us will dip in and out of that anyway. We'll play like a daft game and then a serious game, whatever. But there's definitely been the community. Because if I was Games Workshop and I was one of the people that announced this and I'd heard the points that were being raised by both of us, I think my response would be, we can't win. Like you're annoyed that we're not actively involved in the meta, and now we've started the meta watch, right? So we're doing, and we know 2-3 episodes ago we revealed, thanks to Meta Monday who's in the chat, that the meta watch is fake, and it's all fake. It's all naff stats that people. So we know that we know that that's just like a PR nonsense, and it's nowhere near a reflection of actual competitive gaming. But it's still a hell of a lot more. Even if it's a front, it's still a hell of a lot more than they're doing. And the data slate, hopefully, when it comes out, will be a response to some of the things we've seen at the moment. So that was one thing. Fair enough, GW. And now this, if I was in charge of this kind of element of GW, I'd be saying to the community, are you not happy? Do you not want us to be more involved in this and more prize support and more country? No,
but I'm saying that it's good that they are involved in it. But
you're worried.
But I'm worried. Yeah, but they've got to do it in the right way. And this is what I feel GW miss sometimes is they go in with the best intentions and they miss completely. And this is the thing. I think this was like the same thing with putting everything on Warhammer TV. I think the intention was right of what they want. They wanted to centralise everything for everyone. Yeah,
definitely.
But the way they went about it and the way they executed it was very wrong. And I'm worried that this is what they're then going to do with this. They've gone in with the right intention, but what they're actually going to do is someone's going to see pound signs and go, actually, could make a bit of money here, couldn't we? Oh, let's get Manny Chima and do a meet and greet and charge everyone a tenner to meet Manny. And Manny's going to love life.
What's Manny getting for that?
I don't know, £2.50 a meet and greet.
Gets a Space Marine every person he meets.
Yeah, like...
But you have an army.
Well, he's probably got all the armies he'd ever want, that chap, but,
Bob says it's GW, the tickets will be $300 a person. That's actually cheaper than meeting some Warhammer players at the weekend, which we're going to talk about next week. Sean says they should just work with various board games, rule guides. The folks who write the rules for those are great. They can keep making great models and let people who are good at rules write them. And Peter says, Jarvis got really... Peter, I nearly swore then. And no swearing in the chat, because I've come into these messages and read them out. And now there's another word after that I can't read. Peter, you're on a warning. I don't care if it's your birthday.
I don't care if it's your birthday. Peter, and you're in a war-torn country.
He's in trouble.
Right.
He's in trouble.
Who are you? Why are you on me still? You going over to yourself?
I'm pressing the wrong button. Peter, listen. Sorry, guys. We're just taking this will only take me a second.
What are you doing?
This will only take me a second. It'll only take me a second. Please, stay with us.
Mate, I can see our viewer count dropping while you're doing this.
No. Peter, you're on a warning. I don't care if it's your birthday. don't put any swear words in the chat, because I nearly read that out, and we're getting serious trouble from YouTube for the amount of swearing we do on the show, and we're not swearing this okay? Thank you. Happy birthday, by the way, mate. I hope you're having a lovely day.
Love you.
I appreciate your time. Right. Sorry.
Sorry, I just had to get out of my system.
Brandon says, that sounds like a load of... Brandon! John, I can't read Johnny's... Can you read Johnny's comment out, please?
Where is it?
I'm on a ban from reading Johnny's comments
I'm actually Italian, and this entire stream is super racist. Mamma mia.
Tell us this Liam is wrong with his platinum ticket. Whether it's GW that does not... That does it, or a coaching team, it's on way. Dan says, interesting chat, guys. No doubt the bigger events will be more expensive, but if they ran better with good terrain, it would be okay. That's kind of the point I'm making. That, like, what do you want? What do you want from these guys?
That's what I'm saying. I want a better run tournament. Not that the tournaments are badly run.
I mean, GW are good at running it like that.
But I want a tournament that is slick, nice stuff, you know, good terrain, space to put your models up. What I don't want is the same stuff that I've got now with an increased ticket price because so-and-so's turned up. And
you're really worried about this celebrity thing, aren't you? You're really sticking on the celebrity.
I genuinely think that's going to happen.
Point. You think it's going to go celebrity special? I think it's going to go that way. Zach says 8 and 9 we're really pushing to sell new players with the start sets. It seems to be now that GW is leaning more towards events-focused stuff to squeeze money out of existing players. Telly's reckon that's fine, Dan, if it's lots of tangible value to a player, not just more expense for the same individual experience. Warhammer Up is a great example, Zach says.
I think and this is the thing, is I'm paying whatever $5.99 a month for Warhammer Plus app. If everything's on there and they integrate BCP into it, and you can easily upload your lists from the whatever it is, and you can record all your games, so like Tabletop Battles app, if they got that in there, mate, amazing. That's one hell of an app that all of us would use if it worked seamlessly. But will they put anything into it?
Here's well, I'd hope so. Because I like the warm up. I think they do a good job of that. The bit that kind of worries me about this is, and it kind of builds on your point a bit, Liam, of the Lady Gagas. We'll call them the Gagas, okay? So we know what we're referring to with the Gagas. That's the celebrity players who are monetising the fact that they're good at the game, which is the chat we're going to have next week, which we're going to need 2 pairs of glasses on.
Yeah, it's going to be. We're still not going to swear, though.
The only swearing you'll get on this channel now is the members swearing, which is coming in soon in the future, okay?
Yeah.
No, and Peter, I hope I wasn't too harsh on you there. Do you know what I love about Peter? Just ignore. But sometimes I say stuff direct to Peter, and he just ignores me and carries on saying whatever he wants. He's basically in charge of the show.
I love the fact that I said it was going to go down when they were zooming in on your face, and the count actually went up.
Well, you know,
because he's a good-looking man, is that Paul, isn't he?
I have that effect on the stream, clearly, you know.
It's the glasses.
It's the glasses hiding my face is basically the thing. Right, here's the thing. All these Gagas get all the stuff early. They get all the models, They get the rules early, they're play testers. That's how they get so good at the game, is they absorb all the latest rules information. They get it early, which keeps them on top.
They'll already know what's coming out in this data slate as well, they're all
entwined. They're all entwined. So if they're even more entwined and there's even more like reputation, monetization, doesn't seem very fair, does it?
Well, but then that's what I'm saying. That's why it'll end up being like these almost sponsored GW players. I think they're going to end up down this road, whether it's direct or indirectly. Because do you not think that if GW are running like one of these big events, like say GW are running a big teams event, I'm just spouting absolute rubbish here.
A big teams event.
So say GW are doing a big. Do you think GW will have a GW team? Do you think there'll be a GW team?
No.
Do you not think that they think...
No, I don't... I don't know.
Do you not think they'd have Team GW?
I think you're taking it to the extra... I don't think it'll go that far.
Do you don't think it'll go that commercial?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. I don't know. Just my gut feeling is it won't go that far. Peter says the first one was on me. Too right it was. The Euro is my beep autocorrect. Bob says someone has already leaked that certain teams got rules before everybody else. They shouldn't do that, really. It's very naughty. The bit that I guess this comes on to, so I guess there's like mix. Oh, look at Tom F. Okay, that's good. That's good from Tom. He's not sworn. You see how F up the streams having that Aussie weapon, Adam talking over everyone, getting all... Weapon is such a great non-swear word.
Such a good word. God, that guy is a weapon. Is that the guy from Art of War, Tom? that I listened to his
Howley
podcast.
Jimmy says Liam would have the same as FIFA having a team in whatever football league. Peter, well, it is funny to see known top player commission. We should at some point, people should use the super chat and make us rich. Do you know what I mean? You know, there's some people that just scream. There's one lad that Telly's been sending me who just does streams for like 3 hours screaming at the chat, making him super chat him. And then when they super chat him, he plays a song that they like. We should just try that one night, just scream at people. Anyway.
No, let's not do that.
The thing we wanted to talk about with this is
the 3D
printing. So I guess what has become more and more prominent in the past few years is since COVID, when everybody bought 3D printers, is sculpts, isn't it?
Yeah.
3D printed sculpts, two things that are happening. The technology is getting better and better and better, and the prints are better. The sculpts are getting really good. Yeah.
Now.
And there's also sculpts of basically the GW model. So originally you could be like, oh, that's a sculpt. It looks totally different.
Yeah.
Now, like, I mean, it's basically it's resin.
I'm not going to drop myself in it, but some of the sculpts that I've got are.
No, I think it's fine.
I personally wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I don't, unless you pick the model up and look really closely. There's models that I've got that are printed that you would not be able to tell the difference from afar.
You can only tell
on a tabletop.
Yeah, you can only tell when you pick them up on the weight of them.
And they're heavier. And I panic because if you drop it, it's going to smash
if you drop
pieces.
them, we were dropping resin models the other day when we were playing with it, they're exploding.
Yeah.
Like, well, there we go.
I've just got a pile of berserkers.
Absolutely everywhere. Yeah. Pick it back up, we're like, oh, that is literally snapped forever.
Yeah.
But it's safe to say that printing models is becoming more popular. I was looking at old world stuff today. There's a model that I want, which GW absolutely don't have, the Green Knight. Everybody that's played Fantasy will remember the Green Knight. There is an absolutely mint sculpt for 20 quid online. Like, it's so good. It's such a cool sculpt. It looks so good. And I was like, oh, I definitely want to get that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, GW aren't giving me an alternative, and that model, there's a rule for that model. There's literally, like, they've released a book that I've bought that's like the Green Knight, and there's no sign of that model being released. So that, for me, completely sensible for me to get that printed, and there's a huge market for that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to competitive gaming, what's now becoming fairly popular is the ability to just very quickly and easily get a bunch of models painted, paint them up, look identical, get them on a tabletop. How much of this move from Games Workshop is that element in that? Do you think they're just two separate things?
I think the problem you've got, right, is, and this is kind of what we chatted about beforehand. So, right, I can understand like a GW person being at a tournament and walking around and going, that is clearly not one of our models. Like, you're doing a GW tournament, you're clearly not playing one of our models. But like, if I put my army on the table, you're not coming to me and telling me just by walking past that my army, elements of it are printed and elements of it are not. And so what are they going to do? Inspect everyone's army before we play? Or are they just going to go, do you know what, guys? If it's an obvious print, we're going to have words.
But do you think they're... Well, do you, I guess, yeah, it's a good point. Do you think GW have even got... There must be a conversation in Games Workshop where they've sat down at some point and gone, what should we do about 3D printing? Because our models are great. Like, our models are really good. Our sculpts are really, really good, and we can lean on that. However, and I think that's the thing that's protected them.
It's the quality.
It's because like they're just so good. The minis and the kits are good, but things are getting more expensive. Cost of living is going up. In amongst every single other thing you can possibly. Chickens are 20 quid. Do you know chickens 20 quid?
What? An admin?
I saw a thing today. Just a slight digression, but I will bring us back. We eat 10 billion chickens a year. And chickens are 20 quid in the shop for a put in a box chicken. That's unbelievable. A chicken is 20 quid.
I don't know. I don't buy.
No, it is. There's a mate of mine. I send pictures of chickens to him because he don't believe me. So I go in the shop and I literally send pictures of chickens. In a world where chickens are 20 quid, Games Workshop starts to feel a little bit more punchy, doesn't it? When you're buying a box and you're like, there's 5 models in that, and that's like 30, 40 quid. We were talking about this the other week, but GW, I think, can't rely on the fact that their sculpts are so much better forever, and they must have some kind of plan as to how they deal with 3D sculpts. Well, so my question is, how much of this is around that? Because I can envisage a world where it says in the rules pack, only GW models will be allowed. Yeah. And they might not actively police it, but if someone goes, oh, by the way, that lad in the semi-finals, that's the thingy sculpt.
Are you going to get to the point where you're going to get like tryhards as well, and they'll be like, they played a game against you. Say you played a game against me, and we had beef at a tournament. You weren't happy with me.
We'd be beefing. We'd be fucking beefing. We're beefing 24/7.
And I beat you, and you go, all right then. No, I'm only saying it because I've got 3D printed models. But like, and I went,
And then you went to the tweet.
I would grass. I'd grass.
But he's actually got 3D printed models. So
I would do that as well. I would
if you
do
could
that.
Kick him out for me. That'd be excellent.
Yeah. If you beat me, I would just be like, "Good game, mate. Good game," and then I'd just give a little. You see that guy over there with the glasses on and looks like Elton John?
Yeah, knock him off.
Those world eaters are printed.
Oh,
We've lost track of the chat again.
If GW weren't such, I'm not going to say that word.
Brandon
raising prices, making sure models not look your way. No one would 3D print.
I'm glad you can read, Liam. That's really helpful.
Just weigh down all the models so that they all weigh at the same time. If you look at my army, you'd know it. You'd know it's printed because it looks a lot nicer than.
Don't say that word,
the sculpts.
Brandon. Stop swearing in the chat.
On top of that, there are some independent sculpts that are far better. That what I would say is like, I am a fan of the sculpts that look like the GW models because I do like the GW sculpts. But there are some sculpts out there that are absolutely stunning. Like people have done some amazing stuff.
They're so expensive. So I got a resin sculpt of Calidus Assassin.
That you dropped on the floor and broke
which I
his
dropped
head
on
off
the
in
floor
the
literally
game one.
exploded. But it was like £7. I mean, that... Because the thing about...
£20 for a character.
Yeah, and like the points are going to change on it. It's going to get nerfed. So like, it is... Yeah, you can see the attraction.
You can't play with any third-party minis at Warhammer World either. Not even a head swap. Has to be 100% GW.
Yeah, they do. I remember.
So I don't understand if that's the rule at Warhammer World. Why won't it be the why are people thinking that it won't be the rule in their tournament?
Okay, so basically on Reddit, this was discussed. So there was a reaction thread on Reddit of people saying, GW blah 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 this, and some people were saying, oh well, that's 3D printing's in a big trouble, and a lot of people won't play their armies. But then there was a bunch of people saying, I've been to events that are run by Warhammer staff, and they don't care. Like even one staff member came up and was like, "Oh, that's a really cool model, like a dreadnought, like an alternative dreadnought," and they just don't care.
On the same point, how much are these people getting paid that are doing this? I'm just
the
literally
enforcers.
playing devil's advocate here. How much are these people getting paid? So say they're getting paid 20 grand a year, whatever it is. Do you really want to be that person at a tournament that walks up to someone and be like, "Oh mate, I know that's printed. You're not allowed to play."
Yeah,
are you really going to be that person? Or are you just going to be like...
Well, but the people are traffic wardens out there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but...
There are those characters that are
you will find one person. But let's be fair, you go into GW stores and you find 90% of them are all right, aren't they? The people that work in there. That's probably a bit high.
Yeah.
But... But then you go in other GW stores and you're like, I never want to go in there again. It's hell on. Do you want to play Kill Team? Get 5 of your mates. Get a model. We'll play Kill Team.
God, I see that guy. I went in there today, but thankfully went in.
And this is the thing, isn't it? Mate, I don't know. It's such a wide spectrum, isn't it? That you'll go some places and they'll be like, yeah, whatever. Just play
I think I'll put it in. I definitely, I can absolutely
see it being in the rules
part of the rules. Yeah. Why would you not?
I don't know how they're going to enforce it. It's more my thing.
Why would they not? Adam says, hot take, GW don't care as they know whatever they put out at pre-release will sell. They just have to say they don't allow non-GW models at events. They will know people buy the models. Regardless of 3D printing, it will never surpass what they sell. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, Adam. I agree with that. I can just see it being a thing that they do actively enforce, because what they wouldn't want is, let's say, one of those alternative sculpts for something, and then it being a semi-final and it's on camera and it's not the right sculpt. I just can't see that being something they're happy with. Viridin is coming with swear words. Right, we're on a swear-free stream, so no swearing in the chat, because if I read it out, I'll be very upset. We've gone 1 hour, 3 minutes, and I've not sworn. Zach says, 90% of people working in GW stores are nice, question mark. So you mean everything apart from the feet of the one bloke running the place is there?
No, I was probably a bit high on 90%, but yeah.
How about the fact that the store is totally understocked? You can't get models, so you're left.
No, that's a completely different topic, and the fact that this literally, you've just triggered me on this.
I'm worried.
The most annoying thing ever about GW now is they bought so much stuff out, and you phone them up and you're like, "Do you have a box of Deathwing Knights?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't stock them anymore." And you're like, "What do you mean you don't stock them anymore? What do you have?" "Well, I've got every variation of Space Marines and 1 box of World Eater Berserkers." You're like, well, that's no use to anyone. Like, why don't you stock? Like, I can understand
we're going off topic. It's a good. I like the rant.
But I can understand them not stocking like loads of Lord of Skulls because people aren't walking in there and buying £105 models constantly. But you should at least have like the basic troops for every army, shouldn't you?
Yeah, they leave themselves open to people thinking, well, I'll just get it printed.
I'll go third party or I'll get it printed.
I feel like we're all quite mixed on this, and I feel like the chat is having a similar response that like it's not.
How long before we see a third party mini thrown in the toilet to avoid being called a cheater? So good.
Who said that?
Telly.
I'll tell it. Imagine. That's legal, mate. I don't know what you're on about. And then just nick your mates. I need to borrow that Calidus assassin.
See my angle in a toilet, mate, in pieces.
You can someone just eating it.
How they
just get it down.
How about they actually make enough models to meet demand and drop the price?
Oh, God,
why does the same Lehman Russ sculpt from 20 years ago is over twice the price, but every other model company is cheaper? You wouldn't be a Stephen Box, get clean knocked out the LVO and then hijack your friend's glory for winning on Instagram. I didn't realise I was reading what was going on there.
He's gone in blind, but these things happen.
Well, don't worry, he's getting it next week anyway. So.
Oh, I can't wait for next week. We're going to be tune in next week where we make even more friends by Liam naming people in the hobby and find shots of them. But,
after working in high street retail, I can guarantee you that GW stores make all their money from fulfilling online orders rather than in-store purchases. They keep the stores open as a loss to keep, brand awareness up, hence why they're understocked. GW, if they could, would make models that
Liam's just biodegrade.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to read. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat.
No, it's fine. I like it. You're doing a very good job.
Got to interact with them.
Every now and again, we have to, as long as they're swearing, in which case you have to tell them off on the Ugandan church camera like this. I'm watching you, Peter. Watching him. I feel like we're fairly mixed on this. That like it is a good thing that GW are coming in and getting more involved in the scene because we've been moaning about it for ages. But at the same time, we don't want them to make dumb corporate mistakes and mess it up. What are you chuckling at?
I avoid Warhammer stores like the plague. The staff make me feel like my wife is right about the hobby.
Aldi says Cosby Dye subjective markers and t-shirts soon available. Imagine rocking up in Jane Cosby's.
Mate, the problem is, and that's the thing is, like, are they going to start policing that now? Like, because
this is the other thing.
There was someone at LVO with a T-shirt on that was called, their team was called the Rusty Trombone, right? And to like normal people, it's just a rusty trombone. To the people that know what that actually is, it's probably quite offensive, right? So are they going to start banning that? Are they going to start banning like stag do style T-shirts at the events?
I would imagine that doesn't fit within the brand. I mean, this is sort of I guess this is what happens when scenes get corporate involvement, is they have to look a particular way, don't they? Because it becomes, that's why I think they'll ban sculpts, 3D printed sculpts, because ultimately, here's our world champion. Like, they're representing your brand, and you need that to be as good as possible.
Oh, mate,
that's why
they bring out a dress code. Do you think they bring out, like, if you're wearing team colours, they've got to adhere to these guidelines?
Everybody's got to have rainbow laces to get
everyone's got to have rainbow laces, and you can't have like offensive names on the back of your thing. Like, you can't
do not Google Rusty Trumpet.
Yeah.
So go on.
You can't have like Jimmy the Perv on the back of your T-shirt or something like that. Like,
Jimmy the Perv.
I don't know. I'm trying to be something like without getting too much of a content warning.
Do you know what would be a great move from his takeover and go, right, you know those tight shirts everybody wears? Done.
Mandatory. No, mandatory.
No.
Mandatory.
Yeah. And they have to be a size too small.
They have to be at least 2 sizes too small.
Yeah.
Around your gut, mainly.
And showers, no. Johnny, stop. Johnny, I saw that.
He almost went then as well.
Johnny's burnt me so many times from reading inappropriate things out. I clock him, I'm like, nah, I've seen him.
Hugh is the one that got you in trouble last time as well, wasn't it?
Hugh got me good.
You done me dirty.
Tilly says, would you be able to wear a team shirt displaying a third-party sponsor?
Ooh. Yeah, imagine would they ban you from wearing like Element Games or something like that?
Hopefully, I guess the optimistic side of me says that hopefully they're doing this just to improve the tournament experience and make more hype about it.
Can you Spider-Man your opponent?
What does that mean? I'm not Google. What?
Google it.
No way am I Googling that. My Google search history's got enough issues in it. Never mind firing that.
My algorithm is an absolute
and
mess.
Stuff like this. Horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Good, solid discussion. Someone came into the chat going, "What's happened? What's happened?" Well, GW have moved in, and I think they're going to take Best Coast pairing as well. That would be my. Sorry, Liam, are you just looking at the chat?
No. I'm all good.
I think the next thing we'll see in a year or so is them getting Best Coast pairing and it all going through. Tom, what is that? What is that? You can tarmac them.
That's another. Don't.
What is wrong with you?
These are all very, very explicit terms that are going on in this stream at the moment.
People that watch this show are a certain ilk, aren't there, or something? You guys.
Chief Librarian.
Chief Librarian page.
Do not Google that. Someone has definitely... Bob's just Googled it. Bob's just Googled it.
Anything that Tom says should not be Googled.
No.
Tom is definitely a red flag for anything.
Tom is the original
Google.
red flag.
Yeah, he's the OG red flag. Yeah. No, don't.
Oh, no, definitely do not Google that. I love the fact you thought if I minimise it, no one can see it.
Yeah, no, instead that's just us that can't see it. Next week, we're going to be... Have you got any other points to make about that? Just generally?
No.
Sorry, I've kind of...
No. I think we've... Well, I've definitely had my say.
I feel like we've done a good. I think it's something we'll keep chatting about. One of our favourite
shirts that fit, please.
Yeah. It would be great if people wore shirts. I was thinking about this. I remember when the sort of trend for the tight shirts like kicked in, and it did seem like a good idea at the time. It was that's cool. Yeah, it's like an e-sport thing. But now, I'm looking at it and going, it's just how tight it is.
It's the fact it looks like your belly button's eating the shirt.
I just don't, because what I don't understand about the process for these things is, then, how do they not come in big enough sizes?
They do.
Well, why
people are just ordering the wrong sizes?
Is it like an optimistic thing?
I think it's just...
Is it I'll have lost some pounds by the time the tournament comes? Is it a motivating
I'm going to get down to my fighting weight.
I'll sweat it out the night before.
It's
all right. I'll be fine by the time the weigh-in comes in.
Weigh-in comes in. Oh, imagine 40k doing weigh-ins for their tournaments. That would be so cool. Imagine it's like a main event and they do like a weigh-in for it. And it's just like Manny Chima stood up there like giving it all this, and then like, I don't know, David Gaylord up there giving it all the...
Well, you're the one that keeps challenging people for fights. What are them lads that stole our name that we stole from actual Meta Monday? Tom played him at weekend.
I think Tom beat him as well, didn't he, Tom? Or did you draw with him? Is he the one you drew with?
I bet Tom were right nice to him though. Tom, did you insult him? Tom says, mine looks like a tattoo on your top.
Tom's is tight. To be fair though, Tom doesn't look like a bag of gravy though, does he?
No, he doesn't like a bag of gravy, no. He looked quite nice when he came to stream the other week, didn't he, with his polo neck on that he got for Christmas?
Oh, the crazy thing about those shirts is since they're synthetic, it's hard to get the BO smell out. Constant problem with gym shirts like that. Just prolonged pong.
Everyone else says cowboy hat and a budgie smuggler. Do you know what? You could troll, if GW did take it really seriously, you could just troll them. Like, you could be like, if you're a really good player, you turn up in your cowboy hat and your budgie smuggler. Be like, yeah, I'll go on stream, yeah.
Yeah, kick me out.
Oh, you'll have to put me on stream, I'm in the final.
Yeah.
Like they were just budgie smugglers on a little cowboy hat.
Oh god, the team has to wear the same size for coherency, obviously.
Don't read Tom's comment. I flagged it.
Oh god, I didn't even see it.
Right, Liam, you've been tasked with
I haven't done
good chat,
lot of homework
good discussion chat. What you have done, Simone? What are you printing about 10 things off?
I did print some stuff off, yeah.
We are now going to discuss
just some results from the LVO over the weekend. So I suspect the chat probably have some more insight into this. But I thought it was quite good because I just did a quick dip into trying to dip my toe into looking at results and stuff like that today. And I basically looked at the top 8 players. So you look at the top 8 players at LVO, top 8 finishes, and 7 different armies.
That's pretty good.
Which I think's really good.
It's very encouraging. Very encouraging. Right before a data slate, though, which is weird. Like,
guess what the army that had 2 placements in the top 8 were they?
Oh, MCD says Warhammer jokes. Mate, I had to get rid of that segment because no one liked it. So for people that watched the show, we did a Warhammer jokes segment where I pre-made like 4 Warhammer jokes and everyone was so unimpressed by them. I thought the Primarch one were great. Where's the Space Marine get when he needs a new outfit? Goes to his favourite Primarch. I thought it was mint.
Mate, some of them were good.
No, your reaction, you went, yeah, no, I'm not sure about that one.
The amount of like things we've done where we're like, we're going to run with this, and we do it one week, and then it just never appears ever
We
again.
introduce features, and then me and Liam after we go, yeah, maybe that's not the one. But the one that's sticking is me giving out objects from my house, which has gone
bananas.
2 weeks running. All right, well, if people enjoyed the segment, we can bring them back next. I'll write some Warhammer jokes.
Yeah,
everybody should do the same. Sorry, go on. Top 7.
So top 7, top 8, one army, 7 different armies. One army went with 2. Had 2 placements in the top 8. Guess who?
Well, it's the classic, isn't it?
Yeah. So Eldar had 2 placings. CSM. So we're expecting to see a CSM in there.
Strong.
Expecting to see a Votan in there. Black Templars, which is good.
Black Ticklers, I like to call them.
Necrons, which we were expecting to see. An Astra Militarum, so a guard, and a NIDS, which are interesting because when you look at their win percentages...
Awful.
So NIDS win percentage was... So NIDS had 42 players at the event. So let's just clarify that LVO had 800 plus players, I think, this year.
Wild, that, innit? That is wild.
So Astra Militarum had 39 players with a 42% win rate, and NIDS had 42 players with a 44% win rate. So just below that cusp of where they should be.
Those poor NIDS.
But then both had a player in the top 8, which I think shows their player skill.
Quality of the player.
Yeah. Over the...
And it also shows a meta by which good players can take lists quite fast.
Faction specialist players can run with stuff, 100%. I think some of the other really big numbers, weird to see, and I think this is completely skewed because they only had 8 players, but Deathwatch had the highest win percentage at 57.4%, but they only had 8 players, so massively skewed. Next were your 3 classics. So we had Leagues, Necrons, and Eldar. So Necrons had 82 players at this event, right? But 82 players with a 56.1% win rate. So that's high.
Yeah.
That's really high. Leagues of Votan, 40 players, 57.4% win rate as well. So same as Deathwatch. So that's high. And then Eldar, cheeky Eldar, 63 players, 56% win rate.
Cheeky.
So
too high.
Too high. Other big Chaos Space Marines have dropped, mate. 78 players, but with a 51% win rate. And I think World Eaters seem to have loads and loads of players, from what I remember as well, looking at it.
I've got
Where's World Eaters?
Been chatting about?
50 players for World Eaters with a 52% win rate. But yeah, like Space Marines, 65 players, 47.7. But then I think reading some of the other comments, you look at it and it's like, what people are saying is, the problem isn't the army. The problem's the detachment. So if you look at Space Marines, they've got 47% win rate. But then you look at the Vanguard Spearhead, which is the one you were playing. That's got 57.2% win rate.
Yeah, it's bonkers. The Vanguard one's super cheeky.
So Necrons, that Hyper Crypt Legion or whatever it's called, 59% win rate. So it's not the army that's necessarily the problem. It's one of the detachments within that army. It's so skewed that it's pulling everything else up. So, to be fair, mate, I think looking through it, it's a really nice spread of results, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not awful. It kind of worries me. There's some jokes coming in the chat as well, which we'll read out. If anybody has developed Warhammer jokes inside, said it was a regular feature, then do put them in the chat and we'll be honest. We'll let you know if the segment's staying based on how funny they are. I've got the kind of final places up. If there's any list people want to look at individually, then that's fine. But I guess, Liam, it's interesting talking about this because the data slate is imminent. I imagine they've probably written and done the data slate. I don't think they will have waited for this. I reckon it'll be cooked and ready to be unleashed. But this would suggest that it's actually not awful.
Terrible.
Like, what's the top 50s? Well, I guess it's like a 57% are down to a 41. That's still quite a gap, isn't it? But we know that what happens at these events is people skew towards the factions where there's established strong
I don't think you can take Chaos Demons and Jakari into account. They only had 14 and 15 players respectively.
But that's because they're crap.
And that's because...
Was that a swear word?
No. I think the problem, and that's the problem, isn't it, is you end up with these factions that... You've got 15 die-hard Dark Eldar players, haven't you?
Yeah, they've got the tattoos.
Yeah, and they work at CEX and stuff like that. And they're just really edgy.
Super edgy.
Super edgy, man. So cool. And they're always going to take Dark Eldar. Whatever position Dark Eldar are in, highs or lows, they're going to be taking
they're
Dark
enthusiasts,
Eldar.
yeah. They're enthusiasts.
But the rest of it, like, I mean, you take some of those detachments out, I suspect you're not a million miles away from being
Votan, I guess Votan just got the one detachment. It's the armies where like Necrons, where there's more than one detachment.
Well, and
other
Eldar,
I mean, Eldar have just been bonkers.
Eldar just need addressing, and it's not the problem with Eldar now. Whatever they're going to do, it's going to swing so far the other way.
Yeah,
because it can't be more points increases because you just won't have an army on the other side of the table.
No,
and again, I don't think from talking to people, it's not. It's certain units that are the problem. It's not the army as a whole, really. I mean, Eldar probably is a little bit more, but Vanguard Spearhead. What's the problem with that? It's those freaking Inceptors.
Yeah,
the blobs of Inceptors are the problem. The rest of it, I don't necessarily think is too much of an issue.
Yeah, it's definitely the Inceptors. It's 100% the Inceptors.
And the same with like this Necron detachment that's doing stuff.
There's a monolith that was like did the wild deep strike, wasn't it, in the final game that everyone's on about? But I mean, the detachment is super strong.
Yeah,
anyway, right?
And it's just I think it's that needs a tickle rather than just wholesale changes to armies. I think some of the bottom armies probably need a wholesale change.
Yeah, there was a leak, wasn't there? There was a suggested leak from the data slate, but I think it's fake. We had a look at it. There's people been chatting about it for the day, but I think it's fake because it doesn't mention Marines at all. This is the Marine list that people are talking about. Anyone who takes that unit's instantly got my respect. Ghost, absolutely.
I played Stu.
Love the book.
Stu takes Gaunt's Ghost, and honestly, them in the shooting phase is such a pain in the backside because every single one of them's got a different gun.
Yeah, I love them.
And they're all called like really funny things as well.
Oh yeah. You need to read the books, mate. They're absolutely mint. They're the best. I mean, well, I guess we'll see what they do with. The data slate. It feels like a weird thing to talk about the meta because literally the data slate could come out tomorrow, and it just skews and changes absolutely everything. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird reflecting on it. But I guess the main takeaway is that it's actually not as bonkers as it. It's not in an awful place compared to where it's been.
Compared to where it's been this edition and where it's been previous editions, I think we're in an actually fairly decent place. I think there's a couple of things that need a tickle up and a couple of things that need a tickle down.
Knights need sorting out. I wish the leak was suggesting that Knights are going to reverse the bondsman ability, but I mean that's not enough, but it would be something.
Would that help? What would that help you do?
It just means that at least like the big Knights get their bondsman. Like it's just a little tickler.
Yeah, but it's not what they had before.
No, the CPs are still going to be too much. I mean, they were bonkers when they had the original towering version. I don't think they could go back to that.
No, but then the problem is you introduce that towering back in, and then all of a sudden that Eldar Wraith,
the Eldar thing goes silly again. It can't.
And you stopped its dev wounds, but it's still turning stuff into sixes and picking up any model it wants. Yeah, any single model it wants at any point, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Adam's right. Knights need the strats back. Losing the strats was just too. It was just completely pointless, stupid. Didn't need to happen at all. I mean, hopefully the data slate comes out and it slightly brings Eldar in a little bit. Maybe it just takes the edge off Votan. I mean, we talked about it, didn't we? 2 episodes back, we sat with Tom.
Yeah.
In the chat, and we went through like what does the data slate need to cover. I think these results kind of suggest we were on track in terms of our analysis. It was like it doesn't need whole sweeping, absolutely reset the button. The Vanguard list needs a little tickle and increase on the Inceptors. The Calidus Assassin, just because it's everywhere, probably wants a slight adjustment.
If there's a unit that is supposedly an auto include in every single Imperium list, then there needs to be something done about it.
Why would you not take that model? It's just absolutely unbelievable. It just guarantees you points, scenario points every game. It's insane.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
For what it costs as well. And the fact it gives you a Vect. Does she give you a Vect?
Yeah.
So it gives you a Vect.
Yeah, it's
and
amazing.
It scores you secondary.
Yeah, and she kills them. She's got a mad flame, and not that she ever shoots it. What do you call a las gun with a laser sight, twin linked?
Pretty good.
Is that good?
It's all right. I don't want to anger the chat.
Don't anger the chat, mate. You've got to be honest. I think that's a joke. I think we'll take that. There was another joke as well that I saw knocking around.
The leaks can't be true because it's too thought out and intentional. It's all good changes, so there's no way that gay GW came up with it. Orcs.
Adam says Matt Ward walks into a bar, so he decides it isn't canon and replace it with an ultramarine strip club. There you go. There's a joke for you. Peter says ultramarines did harem and breed. Peter, it's your birthday, which we're happy about. But what you on about here, lad?
I don't know.
Peter's lost it. The sauce
Peter's gone off base here again.
Peter, we really, on behalf of everybody in the chat, do wish you a happy birthday, matey.
Tom, what's black in Italian?
Whoa. Tom. We're an hour, 24 minutes in, and we've not sworn or done anything to deserve a content warning. So I'm hoping this is the first video. Oh, my God, Joe. Listen, don't make me do the Ugandan church camera again. I'm going to have to do it.
Oh, God, here we go.
I don't like telling the chat off. Listen, I don't know why there's a blue tint on this camera, okay? Listen, we only sort one thing at a time on this show. I want this to be the first video me and Liam ever do that doesn't get held back from impressions by YouTube or a content warning, okay? I'm banned from Facebook for my breaches of whatever it is. What am I in trouble for? Copyright infringement. Please, we're so close to the end of the show. Everybody work together in these last few minutes just to make sure we're on best behaviour. Thank you for your attention today.
Turn on the stream. First joke is Tom. Great.
Oh, Liam's here. Liam, you won a prize.
Liam, you won a prize. You missed the prize, but you won a prize.
Liam, you've won these. Okay, thank you for being the best Discorder. As you've won an item from my house until my wife stops complaining about all the Warhammer. You've won an Amatari Thralls.
You could turn them into like
still
white,
sealed.
Some sort of like white, because Liam's playing High Elves, isn't he? Could he turn them into like white lions? Some sort of.
I'm sure he could do it. He'd probably put them back on eBay and sell them and make 20 quid off me. But Liam, you were very active in the Discord this week. You did loads. You were really helpful chatting about Old World. So I appreciate it. Even I said it earlier, even though you're horrible to me and you don't respect me or anything I ever do, you know, I'll still give you them. Oh, God. So next week, if you want to win the prize, get active in the Discord, which you can join through the channel. There is lots of good chat going on.
Johnny, if you give away Space Marines next week, I'll be an absolute saint.
Johnny, your behaviour this week has already put you in the bad books. You've tried to get me to swear multiple times and you've been nothing but, I'm only joking, mate. Get on the Discord. Get more active on Discord, Johnny.
I'm not reading Adam's comment out because I don't feel like I need to insult the Catholic Church at this moment in time. Yeah,
listen. I mean, we're kind of a church in our own way with the Ugandan church camera.
God, don't.
It's like a telescope.
Because that will literally, that's drifting into next week's chat.
Next week's chat, I'm already aware is going to be incredibly controversial. We've already spoiled what we're going to talk about. It's going to be controversial. Did anybody want us to look at any lists or anything of that? I feel like it's kind of just in a weird place. The
problem is, there's no point really looking too deeply into stuff because this data slate's going to change it all anyway.
Yeah, we're all kind of we've talked about it so much every week. We all know what needs to happen. We'll definitely do a show when they change it, and we'll talk about it, won't we? How do I join via Zoom, Johnny?
Epic Flail is the Ugandan Catholic Church.
Yeah, I bought a Ugandan church camera, which for like a insane zoom. The live streams are starting again soon, so we have some exciting news. The live streams are coming back. I think we're doing every other Thursday out with Liam. We're going to do every content every week, but every other Thursday we're going to have the streams. We're doing a competitive Warhammer 40,000 tournament with a bunch of people that have been on the stream in the pool, along with other people that we just want to give a chance to come on the stream that again have been getting really involved in the community. So every other Thursday, we're going to be bringing you a live Warhammer 40,000 game commentated by me or Liam. Me and Liam are going to be playing. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. We learnt a lot last time. Our series of streams, it's going to be better.
And what we've done is Paul's, for some reason, decided to hand the reins over to me on it. I think this is more because he expects me to receive some sort of backlash for something or other. But I
have had nothing to do with this.
I have done it as an invitational tournament, so I have done it, so I've invited people throughout the community who I interact with a lot, and I know the armies and the sort of characters that we'll get on the channel. This is not a dig at anyone that hasn't been invited. Please don't take it as that. You will be. If people have been invited that want to be invited, just let me know, and we'll make sure you're on the next one. Or we'll make sure that you come on for a get, because we're going to do these every other week, so it's not going to be like the only stream thing. And it's only 7 games, so it's basically a knockout tournament. Each player gets an hour and 15 minutes. We're doing it on the chess clock. It's going to be snappy. There's going to be some funny interactions with people. And it's basically going to be a knockout tournament to decide the first winner of the 40k Epic Flail Invitational, isn't it?
That's yeah, there's going to be a prize. Something else from my house. Custodian's Army. Win. Sean, see you later, mate. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Appreciate you getting involved in the chat. Peter, I think we should pay for Peter to go over for a stream at some point. If everyone can club together, I think we'll get Peter over.
Let's super chat him in.
We do, we didn't. Oh, there was a feature we forgot to do. So there's a feature that, again, there's an ongoing theme of me suggesting bad features and them not lasting more than one show. I was thinking of a Death Strike missile feature where we try and find someone who's playing a game when we literally fire a Death Strike missile at them because it's got unlimited range. So we could ring someone up mid-game and be like, right, we've got a Death Strike missile being fired. What's on the board? And Guy could be playing and Guy could be like, there's this rave guy that needs to die. And we could fire. Is that a crap feature?
Mate, I've got no idea what you're talking about. Like, literally, absolutely no idea where you went with that.
Okay, fine.
Think about a missile.
Okay.
Right.
So what are we doing here then?
You need to get the brackets up.
We're doing a live draw.
Get your hand out of that pot first. So get the brackets up. This is the extent
Look at this. This is like Liam's homework. Look at this.
This is literally the extent of my homework, by the way.
How do I make that look better?
I don't know.
Well, it was your homework.
I've been trying to make myself look better for years, mate. It's never quite worked.
Well, I've done a bloody better job.
Mate, what have you done there?
Mate, I've killed that. Look, I've smashed it.
So, the way that I've set this up, just so everyone's aware, is that everyone that is playing, there's 8 different armies playing, so there's no double armies. Me and Paul are automatically in the thing at completely separate ends of the draw because we don't want to play each other.
Well, someone needs to Someone
needs to work everything when one of us is doing it. Yeah. So I've got 2 cups here.
Yeah, I'm playing Imperial Knights, Brandon, because I've got about 6,000 old world models to paint.
So we've got 2 pots. One's got the pot in it, so where they will go in the pot, and one's got the players. So draw the pot first. Draw a pot first.
What are you on about? Draw the pot.
So this will be.
Who's this playing me?
No, it might not be. This is what I'm saying. So this
pot 2. What? Why is this so convoluted?
So someone's going into pot 2.
Someone's going into pot 2,
and then you pick the name
Who's
out.
pot 2?
Pot 2's this second.
Oh right.
Right.
Oh, I've ripped it.
Oh, it doesn't matter if you've ripped it. So what happens when
Adam Sugar. Sisters.
So Adam Sugar playing Sisters of Battle is going into pot 2.
I'm going to have to type it in.
Yeah, that's the idea.
This is a high-pressured interaction. Adam Sugar. Sisters. You needed to wrap text on these, Liam.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Go on. You do the next one while I correct your formatting errors. Look how good I am at PowerPoint, everyone.
Mate, I'm awful at PowerPoint, by the way.
There's people that have joined to the GW chat and they're like, what are these two doing?
Pot 1, so this will be who's playing you
who's
first.
Who's playing me?
And then you'll draw a
I'll
name
draw
out.
this then. Whoever this is, you get the absolute privilege and pleasure of playing me. Who's this? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Skinny legs Brandon.
Brandon, it's me and you. Uh-oh. First time we ever play each other, it's on the stream. You ready for that, Brandon?
And then...
You got what it takes. You just said in the chat you're going to have an easy win. So there we go.
Just play it.
That'll
so
teach
pot
you.
4, so whoever's playing me next.
The title isn't centred, Johnny. What? It is centred. I click...
Whoever's playing me now.
Here we go. This is who's playing Liam. Uh-oh. El Presidente.
Is it my president? Playing Custodies into my worldie as a game.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Cool.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So...
Do you want to change your faction now that you've seen that?
No. Oh, and just so everyone's aware, we're not doing list submissions. So whoever submits their list, it stays the list for the whole thing, but we're not doing it till after the data slate.
Uh-oh.
Pot 3.
Go on then. Pot 3. Here we go, boys.
So
Drum
a lot
roll.
of the players don't know who else is playing in this tournament, by the way, as well.
Time Lord. The Time Lord Luke.
Time Lord Luke will be in pot 3.
The epic furl is too low. Please, can you recenter it?
Oh, my God. What is wrong with people?
Oh, yeah, it's not centered, actually, is it?
I don't know.
Who's playing there? Pot 3.
Pot 3's Luke.
Time Lord. Geppetto.
Geppetto, the Time Lord. Let's go. Pot 2.
I can't believe you've got a custodian.
Out of everything.
All the things you could end up with, you got a custodian.
Well, at least I'll be out straight away, so it doesn't really matter.
The logo is too high now. Please, can you lower it? Oh my
Just
God.
ignore him. Why are you getting your...
Sexy stew with guard.
Into pot 2? Have I messed
That's
up?
Adam. Uh-oh.
Have I messed this up? I don't remember what one.
No, that's great. Now you just got one more to draw, and that's who's playing the Time
Lord.
Lord.
Pot 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Time
pot 3.
Lord.
And it should be...
Head kick Callum.
If you never... So
Chaos Knight.
he will straight up just give you a 1-flop head kick, mate, with his Chaos Knights. So
There you go, boys.
Just a shout out to Callum as well. Callum is from the ABR team over in Eastbourne. He's asked me to give a shout out. He is running a RTT coming up in February. So please get in touch with Callum. He wants to try and get as many people into his RTT as possible as well. So
Where can people find out more about that?
I've got absolutely no idea.
I'll put it in the description. Liam will send it to me.
Yeah. So if
There we
Callum's
go.
in the chat, he could possibly send it to me on Facebook. But these are going to be the games coming up on the stream for a little bit. We're going to try and get back into streaming some games.
We've just got to drill some stuff in my ceiling, which Liam's going to help me with.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
And then hopefully it'll bring some nice characters to the channel.
Right.
We'll have some interesting games.
Adam's on a warning now. Okay. The size of the text is all over the place. Please can you standardise the text size? I thought this was a professional stream. Like F, am I going to pay you £300 for calling the footy game?
God, I could literally have not got a worse draw. I would have taken anyone but Custodes.
I think we should do a simple... Next week, people can decide whether you can switch, because you are going to get absolutely...
It doesn't matter.
That is just going to be 2 hours of watching you get absolutely decimated by...
It's fine. I understand. I understand.
Hang on, what's Matt playing?
Custodes. You
Why
put
have I
World
put-
Eaters. I'm playing World Eaters.
Custards.
Yeah. So we tidy that up and we put it up.
Lads, Johnny says, did your... Johnny,
Hey, Johnny.
you're on what? You've been on so many warnings this week. Thanks so much for watching today's show, Peter. We all wish you a very, very happy birthday. Can we just give Peter a little happy birthday? We appreciate you, Peter. Hope you're keeping well, my friend, over there in Ukraine. Stay safe. Look after yourself. The glasses are off. Please like the stream. It helps the algorithm loads. We haven't sworn. We've successfully done 1 hour, 36 minutes with no swearing. Genuinely well done, everyone. Top work. That happy 60th to Peter. There's so much trolling in the chat. I love it. Appreciate it. Please like the stream. It helps us loads.
Yeah, appreciate all of you in the chat joining in every week and listening to us ramble about absolute nonsense most of the time.
Yeah, no,
we really do appreciate you.
Appreciate it,
and it makes it worthwhile us doing it as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, we just help. It's just good for our mental health, isn't it, mate?
I just love it, man.
We say it a lot that it really helps us. So we appreciate you taking the time out to chat to us and enjoying our content. And we will see you. Oh, I'm doing a show. I'm doing an
Need
old
to
world
stick
thing.
and watch Cosby sweat it out. You lot are mean to me.
You deserve it, mate. You're a Cosby. This is what happens.
The original Cosby.
You're a Dharma. You're a Dharma. You deserve it.
I'll bring my barrel with me.
I got loads of games this week. I got a game on Tuesday against Liam. Liam's Necrons tomorrow. I've got an old world game on Friday. I might just do an old world show and debrief with Rob about the trip and stuff that we did.
Yeah.
This week. So there's plenty more content and stuff to come on the channel. Keep an eye. Oh, Johnny's after games of TTS. If you want to play TTS, get on the Discord.
Have you set a channel up in the Discord for TTS?
Yeah, you'd know if you went on it.
I don't even know how it works. I didn't even know how to download the app.
You're so funny. Well, that's fine. You do you, mate. We don't need you. You do plenty off Discord. If people want to play Discord, play TTS, get on Discord. Lots of chat on there, whether it's 40k or Old World or everything else. Please make sure you join. Thanks so much for watching, and
Peace.
we'll see you next week, boys.